Hi folks, hello and welcome back to another video right here on the channel. So before we start, I just want to give a disclaimer that the games designer Colin Webster sent me this as a review copy. Colin sent me this about 12 months ago and I promised I would unbox it. Things happened in my private life, which most people are aware, and things moved on. However, we are now starting a brand new Premier League football season, or a football season wherever you watch your footy in the world. So I thought now's the time to wipe the slate clean, like we all do to start a new season, and review and certainly unbox this brilliant little game. Okay, so this is Counter Attack, the football strategy game. Okay, so you see like the nice box in here, lovely big football on the front there. Okay, there we go. Let me just put the trusty specs on. So this is a game, 90 minutes, exactly like the real game itself, and for 2 players. There wouldn't be a solo option in this, I'd imagine, by like the way it plays. But yeah, so get together with a mate, form a league, do what you want to do, and get cracking with this little game. Okay, so there is the back. So straight away you can see the board is a football pitch marked into hexagons. Okay, and we have like little player numbers down the side here and stuff, which will all become apparent later. Okay, so this is Counter Attack and you are the football manager. Can you handle the pressure of playing every move on a pitch? Will your tactics crumble in the heat of the match, or will you stick to your game plan and lead your team to glory? The core rules are easy to learn, advanced rules add depth, no 2 games are ever the same, a game for football fans. Okay, this was designed in Scotland, obviously by Colin Webster. Long pack games. Yeah, so we've got like the little board itself, and we've got some little examples of player cards here. Okay, so let's unbox this and have a look. Okay, so straight away we get a quick play guide. This is nice. It's one of those little sort of charts. So it says like if you've done something, then you have a look at like something else. So it says if your last action was one of these: successful tackle, movement phase, standard pass, first time pass, high pass, long pass, header, any other scenario. It says your next action can be one of these. Okay, so that is nice and easy straight away for us to get into, and I like that. I do like that. Okay, and on the back it says you'll get a -1 dice penalty when. It says shooting outside the box, taking a snapshot, attempting a header from 2 hexes away, attempting a shot from a hex with a dot, attempting a save from 3 hexes away. You'll get an additional move. Whenever the ball goes into the box, the goalkeeper may move 1 hex. After a high pass, both teams may move 1 player up to 3 hexes. Just before a snapshot, an opponent can move up to 2 hexes. If the ball is in the final third, all players in the opposite final third may move up to 6 hexes. Following first time pass, both teams may move 1 player 1 hex. That's an asterisk, so that is an advanced rule. So that is really nice straight away. I love these little guides. Do yourself a favour, grab hold of it, laminate it. Okay. So we have 2 little range rulers. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick these up. Okay. But we have little markers for first time passes or headers, standard pass or shot, and a high pass. We get 2 of those, 1 per player. We get the rule book, which I'll pop through in a minute. We get a couple of little sand timers. So I presume that's like your turn there. We have a 12-sided. 6. I think they're actually, yeah, they're 12-sided dice. So we get 2 of them, a blue and a white. I have to count them. All years of gaming. Okay, we get various tokens. So we have a red whistle there, a yellow whistle there, so these probably red and yellow cards. We have a plaster, which obviously indicates an injury, and then we have various other little bits and bobs. We have a little tokens, like a little wooden counter for the football. So yeah, we get those. And then we get a bag of what are the teams. These are lovely. So what you do with these, they basically just go on top. They go on the board. So these like in Ajax colours. So that's like number 11 there. Number 10 there. Okay. So that is a couple of the Ajax players. And let's just say for fun, say Juventus. So that's like black and white there. Number 9, black and white, number 8. Okay. So these are like where you put your players on the board to identify which player is which. and different coloured jerseys for the goalkeepers. Just as a side note, if you go onto the company's website, you can actually purchase separate teams and separate players, new players, which is all good, keeps the game alive. Where are we? Counter-attack player cards. Okay, so in here, now these are nice. We get a variation of different players. Okay, so just as an example, each player has a name, they have a country, and then they have pace, dribbling, heading, high pass, resilience, shooting, and tackling. So each player has all the different attributes required, and where you choose to play these players is entirely up to yourself. So you might have somebody who's like better at tackling, so he'd be like playing defence. Somebody better at passing, he'd play midfield. Somebody better at shooting, you get the idea. Okay, and we have the board. Okay, so going back to what I just said to you about the cards, you'll see the relevance of that in a minute. Let me just open this lovely board up, and it's a full-size football pitch. Okay, so there we go. So there is the board itself. So what I want to do is I just want to show you what those player cards do. So for example, going back to what I just said before, you pick a player card out. Shooting, this guy's a 2. Okay, so he'd probably be like a better defender. Where are we? Where's his tackling? Yeah, 3 tackling, resilience 5, heading 5, pace 5. Okay, high passer 4, possibly a winger. So what you'd do is you'd have your set of I can't even speak. I'm trying to sort this board out. Oh my god, don't work with kids or animals, do you? Okay, so what you do there is you'd have, this is an absolute nightmare, have your board here. So just supposing you wanted to do, like, say he was your winger at number 7, what you do to indicate he was going to be number 7, you put his player there, like so. Okay, so you'd have like your whole board, would have like players here across, and their numbers would be on the field. So number 7 might be here, number 8 might be there, like that. So basically, as you're moving little counters across the pitch, you're indicating who is who for your various different dice rolls. So I'll probably just completely, pardon all puns, balls that up as an explanation. But what you do is you'd be in possession of the ball, and you're going to just go forward. You're going to move your tokens, you're going to move your players, you're going to try passing, you're going to try shooting, all that kind of good stuff. And the game of football, the beautiful game, is shown via the board. Okay, so I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of how you play it. The manual is, it's 43 pages long, and it's all in English. So let's just go through, because this isn't like a gameplay. There may well be a gameplay following, but for now, this is just an unboxing. Okay, so let's have a look at the manual then. Welcome to the biggest game of the season. What's inside the box? So it just gives us like a list of what we've got there. The aim of the game. Well, we all know about football, don't we? Length of the game. Setup was approximately 10 minutes to play the game to its full potential. Go 2 halves of 45 minutes. So this game is basically, you're on the go. I move all mine, you move yours, we roll dice, take shots, etc. Okay, table of contents, your squad, picking your team, utilising player skills, zone of influence, the pitch, then core rules, new to the game, movement phase, passing, shooting, loose ball, goalkeeper, heading, tackling, dribbling, foul, set pieces, referee's decision is final, step-by-step guide, then we go on to the advanced rules. Okay, so it tells us a little bit about how we select our squads. Remember how I said before, like, I'm sure it's actually, is it a draft? Yeah, I think it's actually a draft. So you have all the players out, like you pick them in order. Yeah, there you go. Picking your team. The team is made up of 16 players, 1 goalie, 10 outfielders and 5 subs. Here's how to draft squads at the start of the game. Okay, yeah, so you put so many cards out and you just pick them. So I pick, you pick, I pick, you pick, like that, so on and so forth. Zone of influence shows how many hexes around the actual, your counter it is effective. So if I had like one of my tokens, I was trying to tackle you, that kind of thing. It tells us about the pitch and the distance stick on how to use that there. Then we go into the core rules. So it says, if you're new to the game, keep the quick player guide close to hand, always a good idea. Master the movement phase, which is over the page. Keep the sand timer for the second half. Stick to the core rules. Leave the advanced rules for your next game, all good common sense. Don't use a high pass or the long pass yet. Do use every other rule. Kick off. Okay, so there we go. So straight away, it's nice and friendly to new players. Okay, so the movement phase. Now this is interesting. It's the heart of the game, so I'll just read a little bit of it. During the movement phase, follow the 4-5-2 sequence. Attacking manager moves 4 players. That's your counters, your number counters. Defending manager moves 5 players. Then the attacking manager moves 2 new players up to a maximum of 2 hexes each. Okay, so that is how we're basically moving about. And there's like a lovely little diagram there to just show us how all that works. Then tells us about our passing, how we go about doing that, like line of sight, you know, kind of sort of squeezing the ball through like your 2 players, that kind of thing. Tells us about the long passing again, another lovely little demonstration there. Shooting, it tells us all about that, a very, very integral part, obviously, of the game. So you'll be using the distance stick to judge if you can shoot. All shots are deemed to be accurate, but defenders can block the ball. Okay, so... Right, yeah, okay. Shooting is a duel between a player taking a shot and a goalkeeper. Right, so shots from outside the penalty area receive a -1, obviously for accuracy. Snapshots receive a -1 because you're swinging your foot at the ball. If the shot is taken from outside the penalty box, the goalkeeper gets to move 1 hex before attempting a save, so the goalie's anticipating. All nice. So the maximum dice penalty is 2 on your roll. In the event of a tie, follow loose ball instructions. If the attacker's score is higher, a goal has been scored. So you'll be rolling off the goalie's save to the attacker's shoot with any modifiers. Roll higher than the goalie, boom. Ball's in the onion bag, 1-0. Okay? So just explains that through to us there. So as you see, this is like a very, very intuitive little set of rules. Tells us all about loose balls and what we do with them. And then we go on to saying about the goalie and how you can move him about and position him to make the save. Heading and headed passes. So you can see straight away from the rule book. What I'd say is I'm halfway through this rule book now and I'm just scanning through it just for you. And I'm getting it. You know, it's nice. It's just going to be one of them, like I move mine, you move yours, roll a few dice, boom. The beautiful game is on the table, isn't it? Tackling and dribbling. So you have like the attacker's dribbling score compared to the defender's tackling, roll off, blah, blah. Okay, if your opponent rolls a 1 when making a tackle, a foul's been committed. So you roll that 1, boom. And then we're having a look then for whether it's an injury, whether it's a card, or whether nothing's happened. And then we go on to set pieces, throw-ins, corners, penalties. Okay, so this really is that hands-on. Like, you're not, like, you know, you set your tactics, but, like, you are on the pitch. You know, you're moving every play, you're breathing every ball, you know. And then how you do a free kick, and the referee's decision is final. Or is it? Thankfully, you've got no VAR in this. Okay. And then we go on to step-by-step guide. Now, I love this. I really love this. You know, we're not all game players. You know, I'm like reading through this and I'm like, yeah, that's how the game works. But not everyone has got my experience, have they? Okay, so we just continue showing various bits there. And then we go on to the advanced rules. Corner kicks, first time passes, long passes, difficult shooting angles, inaccurate shooting, goalkeeper saving ability, reckless tackle, tackles from behind, heading back to the keeper, nutmegging a defender. Okay, and then we go on to extra time. Yeah, if you'd like to set up a counter-attack tournament, this section will give you a few tips. Counter-attack can also be played in quick-fire rounds. Read on to find out how. So, oh, now I love this. Setting up a league. This one where you bring the boys round every week or something and you get your team going and whatever. So, squads, injuries, carrying on from the next match, transfer market, structure, home and away games, and then as like quick-fire rounds, outnumbered, the away goal, defence versus attack, top versus bottom. Okay, so straight away we're covered, aren't we? This takes me back to like the days when I was a kid and you were playing Subbuteo with your mates and you were trying to set up little leagues. Keep track of your scores. And then I told you earlier on about expansion packs. So like I say, you can buy more teams, you can buy more players, and little tokens. And then there's one of those little, whatever you call them, little Q-scan cards for whatever language if you are in a different country or English isn't your native language. and it says a word from the creator. I'm going to read this because Colin really is a nice fella. A word from the creator. Few things are better in life than creating something and seeing people enjoy it. I've taken so much pleasure from speaking to and hearing from those who have enjoyed playing Counter Attack. Thank you to everyone who plays, who shares on social media and who tells me they're having good times. Thank you also to those in the Counter Attack community who have created new teams, custom player card generators, who have debated and helped redefine rules, who have helped with editing and all sorts of other awesome stuff. Best wishes, Colin Webster. Okay, and there are social media links on there. Have a look on Facebook, go Counter Attack, search Counter Attack, and there's the group on there. Just as Counter Attack copyright Webstar Games 2021. So folks, that is Counter Attack Soccer. Like I said at the top of the video there, this was given to me for review purposes 12 months ago. I apologise then. Colin, if you're watching, I'm going to apologise again, mate. Life just got in the way, but I'm hoping that you're happy. I've made all you folks out there happy by showing you an absolutely brilliant little board game. I'm going to leave it there. I'll catch you next time.